Mm-mm. Facebook page, yes. All right. Awesome. We are live now on Zoom and also Facebook Live. Hi, everyone. All right. Hi, everyone. I hope you hear me well. Awesome. Awesome. So I am today, it is my honor today to have an interview with an amazing lady from the USA. And I'm going to invite her into our Zoom room right now. Say hi wherever you watch this video from. And at the end of session, we're going to, you be able to have a Q&A, a live Q&A with her. So first of all, I would love to introduce this wonderful and amazing woman from the USA. She's my friend, and also she is one of our global speaker at the Guild Summit. And she's also chair her articles and felicitating in our Guild magazine. Please welcome Lori Beards. For those who don't know Lori is a clinical hypnosis expert, and she also a leadership coach and mentor. So I'm going to invite Lori to share her amazing, unique story with you guys, and also her amazing tools and strategy that help her and her family and also her clients to become the most valuable and better leader in their field. Please, now I'm going to enjoy. Please come in. I'm going to invite Lori in. Please, everyone, say hi to her. Say hi to Lori. And wherever you watch this video from, please let us know, right? Leave the comment here. Who are you and where you watch this video from? Right? Yes, Lori.
Hello, Jan. Thank you so much for having me here today.
Welcome, Lori. Please, Lori, I just introduced you to for those who don't know you. You are a clinical hypnosis expert and also a leadership coach and mentor. Lori, please tell us a little bit about yourself, why you become a clinical hypnosis expert and leadership coach. Why is that?
Thank you, Jan. Of course, I can tell a little bit about my story. I was born and raised in Puerto Rico, and over there, since being a little child, I was interested in human behavior. I had a very strong mother that basically was the breadwinner in my house because she had a divorce, and then my grandma was the one that raised us. She was the stay-at-home mom because my mom was the breadwinner. So I just thought that all these men in our lives, right, in my mother's life and my grandma's life, my grandpa, my biological dad, they struggled with addictions and behaviors that were not good. And since then, I would just be a very interested in human behavior, very observant. And then I just lived my life, got married, and had all my children, which you know very well, it's eight children. And that was my biggest dream, to be a wife and dedicated mother. And I had the blessing to stay home and raise them. But when my youngest one went to school, I decided to go to school too, and I took the risk. And with life being complicated, I still did my studies and my certifications as a life coach and clinical hypnosis, which helped me realize the fact that through clinical hypnosis and life coaching, which they're both very beautiful modalities that rely a lot in your intuition, in allowing others to bring their answers from within. I got very interested in those modalities when I was researching, and they explained me at the school where I registered. They told me what was it that I was going to be able to do, and I signed up for it, and it's been a beautiful journey ever since.
Wow. What is the most breakthrough moment for you to want to shift your perspectives and also become a coach? What is your breakthrough? What is the aha moment?
A big breakthrough, I don't know if it was a specific moment, Jan, or a series or of experiences that I was going through with the studies. So if I was gonna become a healer or somebody to facilitate healing for others, emotional healing, I needed to experience that myself, right? So this upbringing without a dad, or seeing my mom working so hard, my grandma, I consider her my first coach, because she would always tell me the truth, speak to me boldly about life and warnings about relationships with friends and others. So I think when I did my own studies and they would give us the exercises for us to be able to implement with the people that we were going to coach, I was coaching myself. And then it kind of feels like I was my own first client. And the changes and understanding the potential I have within, no matter my past, no matter sometimes, and I know this might sound too dramatic, and divorce is becoming more common nowadays, and I understand it needs to happen in certain situations. It leaves a mark. And I was like the youngest of 4 children, and I was like, was I not good enough for my father to stay in the relationship, to stay with us? And I kind of carried that question all the time with me, that I was not good enough, and that it was kind of like ingrained. And then when I started realizing that I am good enough, no matter somebody else's decision in their path, because of their own journey, their own past and path they're treading, because of their own limiting beliefs and behaviors that are toxic, that was for me to give to him and not for me to carry. And that was kind of stunting my progress. And now during that process, my biggest breakthrough, I don't know if this answers, Yang, is for me to realize that I have a light within me that I need to let out, to shine and be able to impact and influence others.
Wow. Love it. Wow. So you ask a powerful question to yourself. Why you have a feeling of not good enough, or because toward your father at that time? Is that what you mean?
Yes. So why am I not good enough? Why wasn't I not good enough for the marriage to continue? My mom stuck with us. My mom protected us and stayed and kept us. So my father kind of left, for there was this sense of abandonment and feeling that he chose another woman, he chose another life, and then he started having his own children with that new. So I'm like, wow. So he chose something else, something different. I don't know if this is the case with everybody that goes through the experience of divorce in their past or in their childhood. I'm speaking for myself. But most likely when I ask in my speaking engagements with an audience if divorce left a mark in their lives, whether their parents were divorced or they were the ones divorced, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. It's becoming very common, but it still leaves a mark, right? And so yes, that was the question. I was always wondering, why am I not good enough? Why am I not good enough or worthy enough for my dad to stay?
Wow.
And then when I realized that had nothing to do with me, it was like spreading my wings.
Wow. Ooh, love it. Love it. Love it. Thank you. Thank you. So Lori, how you overcome that negative thoughts around self-limitation, how you overcome that challenge? Please tell us.
So it's very powerful when you are asked questions. And this is the base of my work too. It's not like an interrogation session. Don't be scared. It's not an interrogation that I'm there asking questions. It's just like the conversation starts with, tell me more. And what do you feel about that? And what do you think? Do you think that's true? It's just these questions that help the clients have this introspection. So that's what I was getting, and that's what I was receiving from the teachers, from the exercises that we were doing, learning, coaching tools, etc. I was being asked all these questions, and for me to get in tune with myself, to reconnect with my highest self. And all these professors and teachers were seeing the beauty in me that I hadn't seen myself. And sometimes that's what it takes. And that's why, Jang, I know you're an advocate for this, of course, right? That is why it's so important for you to have somebody else, a counselor or therapist, or of course, I'm going to say a coach, because like we see and we understand this better in the health and fitness world. A coach knows that has the playbook, right? And knows that as a basketball player or whatever sport you're playing, they see your skills, they see your potential that you don't see yourself. But this coach understands what are the tools, what are the exercises you need to be better on the court or on the field or in the gym, for you to develop muscle mass. And it's like our mind is like muscles. We need to develop that strength, emotional and mental strength, so that we can understand our greatness and our strengths and potential that we have in the world to live the life we want to live. And I wouldn't trade this, because I'm living the life I want to live right now. Still going forward, still more needs to happen. But right now I'm in a place where I'm very happy and satisfied with my level of success that I have, that is emotional, and with what I'm doing in the world.
Wow. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing this. And I believe that many out there who listen to this video have sometimes challenges, especially when you want to run a successful business. And also you have to deal with a relationship at home, whether with your parents, your siblings, your children, if you have children like Lori and I, right? Your partner and a friend and so on, all the relationship that you have. You need to really come in terms of asking yourself a question and find a solution, right, Rory?
Absolutely. So the questions you should ask is what is it that I want my life to be? What is it that I want to create, right? Do I want to create a balanced life between my personal matters and business? Because it's a business too, very important business to take care of, to tend to nourish. And what do I want to create business-wise that will then I can create a balanced life between those two aspects. Like you said, you have personal relationships, you have your own child, right? I have my 8 children, I have 5 grandbabies already. And what I'm creating in my business, I want it to impact people, influence people, and be there for people. But I would like it to be sustainable enough to be able to be there for my family when they need me. And that's why you need to ask yourself, what is it that you want to create and accomplish in your life? To then ask your question about the how. How are you going to do it? And then who are your resources? Who do you have to support you? Who's your audience? And with a series of questions and a good definition of what is it that you want, your goals, and a timeline and a time frame, you can accomplish whatever you want in a balanced way.
Awesome. 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 So what kind of strategy that you use for yourself and also with your clients? Because I know that you have helped countless clients to overcome their challenges and move to the next level in their relationship and also in their business. Well, what kind of strategy that you help them? Do you have any strategy that's be specific for your clients who maybe some of them who never know you before and want to reach out to you? What kind of your strategy, please?
Absolutely. Well, I created and I self-published a book. It's available on Amazon. And I have my 7 steps, my 7 R's method. And it's the 7 R's method is about, like you, I love your Jang method. It's about you mastering yourself. Yeah. The reason there's no magic, and of course there's thousands and thousands of methods and methodologies and software even to be productive, to be effective with your time. The reason I'm going to talk about this method is because it's just the 7 R's, meaning releasing. I have my book here and it's been a while, but releasing, here it is.
Yes, please show us.
Removing emotional burdens, resolving internal conflicts, releasing negativity, reframing sabotaging perceptions. Like me, a big breakthrough happened when I realized that I had nothing to do with my adult parents' situation and relationship, replacing with positivity, restoring meaningful relationships, and rewriting your story. And that method, why is it so important and relevant? I want to tell you a story about a client.
A little bit higher.
Oh, my book?
Yeah.
Yay! Please. It's freedom from self-slavery, the 7 R's method. It's a guide for self-mastery and empowerment.
Wow.
And the reason I like to share this, and specifically, is there's an anecdote with a client of mine. He's a CEO of a construction company. Great person in his city. And see what I'm saying? You can become and look great on paper, right? Yeah. He was a CEO for this construction company of over 20 years, yet he was experiencing his biggest drought. Money-wise, money was not coming in. And one time in a networking meeting, when I say, I will help you change your limiting beliefs, I help you with your mind so you can move forward, it intimidates people. For some reason, people that are like not ready to confront their life, their mind, they're not ready. So they kind of step away from me. This courageous soul, instead of that, he said, I want you to get inside my mind. And I'm like, hey, welcome. You are just one of the few courageous souls. And I know you have heard me talking about this. This is an eagle. Instead of a chicken saying, I have no problems, or an ostrich that buries his head in the sand that says, who, me? I don't have any problems. They're going to go away. This was an eagle that was ready to soar.
Oh my God, I can do that.
That you're an eagle that's ready to soar?
What I mean is we all have an ego, including myself. So we sometimes we because we are coaches and we have been taught and learned from our coach, be positive. What you think you become, what you think we become. We say to ourselves, it's okay, it's good, we are enough, we are worthy. But sometimes you're not, until you realize you're dying inside. Yeah, you're dying.
And you still need that reinforcement. That's why coaches, we have coaches too, of course.
Yes.
It happens at all levels, all levels of success, of all levels of seasons and aging, different stage and new stages in our lives, right? So like I said, this CEO was already successful, sort of speak, right? Successful, but he hit a wall. And what was happening is when this courageous soul said, okay, what is it that I need to invest? When, where, what? We started working together. And as it turned out, Jang, why is it that we need to release? And why is it that we need to restore and resolve into?
Oh, I love that book. So can anyone file in Amazon, is correct?
Correct. And I can send you the link so you can post it.
Ooh, awesome. We can also share the link here below this chat. So
Very good.
everyone
I
easy
will.
to click and buy from the Amazon.
Yay. So he, when we started working together, he was doing and acting and having behaviors with his team. He was thrashing. I don't know if you know what a thrashing is. It's like little toddlers and babies throw tantrums. They stand, lay on the floor at the grocery store saying, I want that, He was doing the adult version of tantrums.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine an adult doing that, getting mad with his team, with his staff at work and all that?
Yeah.
He wasn't even looking his part as a CEO. He didn't have the idea of how to present himself for a meeting to close a contract, etc.
Yeah.
So we started working on that and on his past also. He was carrying a anger and a grudge and resentment for something that happened like 20 years before when he was a teenager. And we discovered how releasing those memories, releasing those emotions that were not dealt with. I'm not going to say negative in emotions, because emotions, that's what distinguishes us from humans and animals. Emotions are actually great, contrary to what people say. And because we need to feel them and we need to let them flow as long as we deal with them. So there's a page I have here of all the emotions we go through, or some of the emotions, and sometimes we don't even know how to label them. There's bored, there's cautious, there's disappointing, there's enraged. I mean, there's so many emotions that when people learn to label them and tap into what is it that they're feeling, then they can identify them and release them to move forward in life. So that's what happened to the CEO. After working with me for several weeks, for a time period, he closed his biggest commercial contract of the times in his life as a CEO for his construction company. And he's soaring right now like an eagle, being a great businessman, closing deals, knowing that for a contract interview, closing proposal, he needs to dress his part, and things like that. But he didn't believe it. He's like, I'm just the company CEO, but I'm just a construction man too. So that's I show up to my closing deals with a t-shirt and all that. I'm like, no, you need to dress your part, mister. And we started practicing role playing, how he would present himself in these interviews. And it was amazing. I just love his success story. And this is just one example of many that dealing with this 7 steps method, they can live the life they have been dreaming of, because releasing and resolving and rewriting the story is very powerful.
I love that. Thank you for sharing. I love to have that copy of this book.
Thank you. Yes.
I want to ask you a question, like, how can we, for example, that myself, a CEO and the company of the Guild Summit and magazine. So many times that I believe that I have a big vision, that I'm do my best for my team and also for my clients, but sometimes like to come to the point that you love your company, you love your team, you love your dream team, you love your clients, but sometimes it comes into a point to decide that something that wouldn't be not really satisfy you and not satisfy your team, and so I felt like, I felt released, but also missing out of a greatness and happiness and supported and the most beautiful foundation that we build together, and what I mean by that is kind of releasing, and also in the meantime you feel disappointed. So my question to you is, Lori, how can I overcome this at the first place?
Yeah, so thank you for that question. And I want to know that I understanding well. So when you're building your business, you have your dream team, there's what disappointments that happen, and then how can you release the disappointment? I want to be sure about your question. So how can you release the disappointment of what happened with the business or dream team? How you can release it and move on with your life, or
Yeah, what I mean disappointed is about we as a foundation building team, dream team, we have something in common. We believe in one goal, right? And when it's not aligned with each other, so you disappoint, not disappoint in your team, but disappoint in general. Like for myself, maybe I'm not good enough, I'm not doing good enough, and blame yourself, and it's kind of energy drain. But in the meantime, you also feel releasing. Oh, better to let go. Otherwise, it's also not good to yourself that it's going to be okay. It's going to be on time. It's going to be some mistake again, and so and so. And sometimes, you don't know what to feel. It's like, yeah. So how can I deal with that?
Yeah, so I think I'm taking notes of all my thoughts that came to my mind. I know a self-made millionaire that he was coaching me and we were interacting, and he told me, you need to hire slowly and fire fast.
What?
Yes. So he says, if there's something or somebody getting in the way of your vision, and I thought that was harsh too, but it totally makes sense. So what I mean with that, and with that advice, which is very interesting to keep it in mind for when your teams are growing bigger and bigger. And I know probably in this group that we are broadcasting this is just, there's a lot of solopreneurs, people that work on their own and are bootstrapping or doing everything on their own, but the goal is to grow, right? Yeah. So I am going to keep that in mind for when I keep growing and hiring super slow, interviewing, and then firing fast. Because what happens is if you are taking your time in the hire process, and this even applies to us as coaches, for us, when we pick our clients, we need to have that discovery call or whatever. And I don't know if it's 15 minutes, 30 minutes, but it has to be thorough. It has to be very good questions that you ask to know that there's going to be that chemistry, and for there not to be mix up of misunderstanding of what you're about as a company, if this with employees, or what you're about as a coach, right? And then if something is getting in the way, if you had everything so clear from the beginning, if the person is not willing to abide with the agreements or the contract, then you're like, okay, this has to go. And you can't be a part of this team anymore, or I cannot continue being your client anymore because we agreed on this. And with that said, Jan, I know it hurts. And like I said, we have feelings, and we need to let them flow, take some time to get in tune with our feelings again, to reboot and to reset and to start again with the same vision. And that builds resiliency, understanding that through all these processes, there's going to be adversity, retaliation, disappointment. But if we know our why, and what is it that we want to build, like I said earlier, we understand our purpose, and that nobody's going to stop us until we get to where we want to go. It's okay. It builds more of that muscle and strength and resiliency.
Yeah. I love that.
And it creates more conviction about what it is that you are wanting to build and create.
Yeah, I love that. So thank you so much for this information.
You're welcome, Dang. My pleasure.
Thank you. So for those who listen to that, I saw that many people watch on Facebook page.
Awesome.
Please let Lori know where you watch this video from in the chat window. I might.
And if they have any questions,
or you have any question, please leave it here, because Lori is is an expert, and she's also coach one-on-one and also 1-to-2 and 1-to-group. So if you have any question, please don't hesitate to leave your comment here in the chat window. And also, even though we finish this live video, if you want to connect directly to Lori, please do so and get her book in the chat window. We're going to leave, right, Lori? We're going to leave your link through Amazing.
Absolutely.
And click. You don't have to go everywhere searching. You only to click. So my next question is, how long do you doing this, Lori, to help other coaches to become better of themselves?
I have been almost in May, it's already 8 years doing this, which is it's been an amazing journey.
Sure.
Yeah, it's been an amazing journey, seeing the transformation, the changes with clinical hypnosis. The results are amazing. When we finish a session, they come in for a reason. They come in with some physical, you can see the difference. You see them like the world is on their shoulders, like their countenance is sad and overwhelmed. And after just one session, it's just like the transformation is amazing, because then they start thinking there's hope. I can do this. I can overcome this, or this hasn't been my fault, and I've been carrying somebody else's burdens and baggage on themselves. And it's just, I love it. And I love that.
I love that. It's because of relate to myself. Yeah. And I can reach out to you directly and ask your help. That is an amazing things about coaches, helping coaches, right?
Yes, absolutely. So anytime, Jang.
Thank you. Thank you. So Lori, why you think coaches need coaches? Why is that? Please tell us.
Yeah, so there's seasons and times in life, like spring, summer, and we need to weed out the bad, right? Like our garden, and when we're harvesting and we're tending to and nourishing a garden, there's all those pesky weeds, so to speak, right? Or symbolically. So in our lives as coaches, even, we are going to have our objections and adversity and personal issues, whether they're relationship, partner relationship issues, or this is such a good question, because since last July of 19th of 2021, my brother passed away.
Oh, and I'm so sorry to hear that.
Thank you. So it will be 1 year this July, but last year, 15 months prior, he was diagnosed, and it was a very fast process. And I shared my office space with in his same suite. So this was a personal and professional matter, because when he was diagnosed, it was cancer, a very aggressive cancer at that point when they discovered it. We needed to close our office space, and of course we were not going to sign up another 2-year contract. And then it hit me hard, because I was already doing a lot of my business virtual. But I love the in-person opportunities that I had there, etc. Ever since, I'm fully virtual, but because we kind of adapted and we learned how wonderful this is. You're in Belgium, I'm in Texas. This is phenomenal. But there was a health issue that I was also dealing with. There was personal issues. So everything fell on the same, and like you said, like you sometimes feel it too. I felt like the world was on my shoulders. I felt like I couldn't do my business well. And I felt kind of burned out too, because there were so many changes that happened, me transitioning from in-person to virtual, etc. And a wonderful coach told me, Lori, you need time to sharpen the saw, to reset, to let your emotions flow. You're grieving your brother. You're grieving the loss of your concrete, brick and mortar office space. There's a lot happening. So you need to, so thanks to that coach, I realized, and his wisdom, I realized that it was okay for me to give myself permission to take some time off. And that's the thing. Sometimes we don't see the end in the labyrinth. Think that we're in a labyrinth, right? Or in the middle of the forest surrounded by trees.
Mm.
We can have a good view of where's the exit or find our way out. But
Yeah.
if somebody has a bird's view eye from the top to bottom, right, they can see better. And yeah, so my coach had a better vision of what is it that I needed at that moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I not that he gave me the permission, but he gave me the opportunity to think for myself and give myself that permission to just take some
Yes.
time off.
Yes. Yes.
And that's why coaches need coaches, because we want to save the world and somebody needs to tell us no.
Yes. 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 I love that. I love that. Oh my God. Which means that you need coach because someone can hold you accountability, right?
Also, yes,
Oh,
absolutely. That's a big one too.
love it.
Someone can see better, have a better bird's eye view of your situation, and also because of accountability. That's
Awesome.
totally another one.
Awesome. Awesome. So Lori, do you have any last advice for those who really want to overcome their doubt and fear or overwhelm in their relationship and also in their business, please?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. Because my mission in life is to help you live the life you have always wanted. But because your limiting beliefs, you have suppressed those desires. I want you to think about boosting your productivity to improve your life. I want you to think about building more meaning, more connection, and tap into your true calling. I want you to think about increasing your calmness. We live in a world where the trendy word, I think it's anxious, anxiety, worried, because of all the negativity and darkness out there. I want you to think about how important would it be and what difference would it make in your life to increase your calmness and decreasing your stress and developing the ability to ask for what you always wanted and understanding your worth in your business, in your profession, and in your personal life to finally feel control of your life. That's what I'm about, and that's my mission, and I'm here to serve you.
I love that.
Yes, those are my last words. Instead of being at the mercy of others, you take your own life.
Thank you. Love it. Love it. Especially when you're talking about calmness and how do you have a tip for people who want to get calmness in life, in their daily life? What is the tools to calm themselves? Because I know calmness is the power.
Yes, this is a topic of like another summit on itself, but in 30 seconds. Yes, like if you want to do it right now, ground yourself, take time to pause, take time to, right now I'm sitting here. When you ask me immediately, I put my 2 feet on the floor so I can feel balance. And then the ideally would be to put your 2 hands on your lap, close your eyes and just take a deep breath. You know, wherever you're watching this right now, or you're watching the replay, take time and just for 5 seconds, see what that does. Like stopping your activities, stopping from being distracted, and just feel your breathing. Sometimes I see people and they don't even know how to breathe. We as humans don't know the capabilities. We have our lung capability. I'm sure if somebody sings and they're in voice or theater, have done these breathing exercises to project their voice better. I'm sure Renee might know about this. But we as humans have so much lung capacity, but we don't even understand. It's like our devices have so much capacity, and sometimes we don't even know how to operate them because it's so overwhelming that we don't know all the things our devices have. Our body, our lung have this capacity. And we need to try to connect with it, with our mind, with our breathing, so that we can enjoy life and stop and smell the roses.
So amazing.
And feel calm, and embrace calmness.
Yeah.
Just breathing. And I'm not going to get into details and into overwhelming techniques, etc. But if you just ground yourself, putting your 2 feet, your 2 feet on the floor, your hands on your lap, on each thigh and each leg, just feel your breathing and control it. Try to breathe in deeply, exhale slowly. And I think you're going to get a little bit more energy for the rest of your day.
Yes. Oh, so I'm totally agree with you. Because especially last, like a 7 or 10 days that I'm really committed to do yoga, meditation, tantric yoga and tantric meditation each morning. Normally I do 15 minutes, I do longer to 30 minutes. It's helping me to calm my mind and release those negative around, or because I'm blame myself. Blaming is not good, especially blaming yourself is triple drain your energy. And I say, oh my God, and I'm so loved about what you just saying, Lori. Thank you so much. And for those who listen to this, it's so simple strategy, and you just doing breathe like Lori said, and be grounded, put your feet up to ground and just breathe, allow yourself to breathe. And especially you can also notice every alarm, right? If you don't know how to start with that, maybe put an alarm on every 60 minutes, breathe, or every 15 minutes, breathe. That's good, right? So thank you so much, Lori.
You're welcome. And starting with 5 seconds, the thing with humans is like, we want to say, okay, I'm going to start doing this for 1 hour. If you start with 5 seconds, okay, that's a big accomplishment. 5, and then you increase it to 10 seconds, 15 seconds, until you build it up to 30 seconds. I'm not even saying minutes, like Jang said. Until then, you're like, I want more of this. I see the value of this and how it's affecting my life in a positive way, how it's benefiting my life. And then you increase it. Don't go like, I'm going to do this for 2 hours today or whatever. No, start with some increments and you'll see how your life will progress. And then slowly and surely, you'll see how you can calm your mind, calm your life, be more present, being in the moment. Like I am enjoying this interview with Jang right now. And I'm here, I'm not distracted. Before the interview, I told Jang, hey, I hear my kids, my family just got back in. It's a holiday right here in the US. They came back in from being out. I'm like, I don't want distractions. I want to be all full in 100%. And it just makes a difference. Remember, the present moment is a present. It's a gift that we need to appreciate.
Love it. Oh, thank you. Thank you for this reminder. So, Lori, how can people reach out to you? Where are you available to? Not only Facebook, but also website, and what else you can share with people here that they can reach out to you easily and effortlessly?
Because I'm all about stepping forward into your greatness, like step forward instead of being, hang over with the past and the back of our lives. You can reach me at www.steadfast-forward.com. And you're going to see all my information there. I'm sharing the Amazon book link with Jang in this chat, Jang, so you can copy paste. And then my website there, you can find me as Lori Beard in the links. Like you see my name there on the screen, Lori. I don't know if you see the name on my screen, but on the screen, and Lori Beard on Facebook, LinkedIn, and my website, Steadfast Forward. And I'll be happy to chat with you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Lori. We're going to share links, all the fun social media from Lori. And also, yes, she's a very kind woman. She's not only a coach and mentor, but she's also a very kind woman and a good friend, a good mother, and a grandma as well. So thank you so much, Lori, and we are looking forward to your next interview, and so that you can share your strategy and also your most valuable. Oh, I see some comment here. Okay. Oh, guys, yes, so that Lori can come back to share her most valuable and incredible tools with you guys. If you have any question, please leave the comment here in the chat window. Right? It is live, by the way. So Lori can answer your question live. That is so powerful, right?
Yes.
All right. So I see no question coming in. However, if you watch this video in as a replay, please leave the comment also here and tag Lori Beard, and she will come back to answer you and be able to connect with you. So thank you so much, Lori. I appreciate you today.
You're welcome, Jang. It's been my pleasure and such an honor to be here sharing with you, and you're amazing. And I admire you, your vision, your passion, your energy. So thanks for having me here.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.